Triumph! Hiring a small army of scouts, the treasure not only found the stone masterpiece, but captured the whole gang who'd been a plague on artisans and craftsmen throughout the barony. Economy. Okay, we should rank up economy here fast. 1%. Okay, let's wait. We head to our town first. We bring the message. We head back to the capital. Spent 2 weeks ranking up our economy. Okay, crazy lady. I'm pleased to see you again, O worthy one. What brings you to me? Tell the truth. Hasuf tore the letter into shreds, all the while cursing your family. Shania peers at you in surprise, but her melodious words come off her lips, effortless. He wasn't pleased. How sad. This reminds me of a story that took place a long, long time ago. Please, let me enlighten you, O worthy one. I'd like to listen to your story some other time. Surprised, Wudrani falls silent, shrugs, and gives you a slightly displeased look. Impatience is the mother of all sins, O worthy one. Be careful on this path. Return when you have the time to listen. Until then, I shall wait for you here. You want to tell me a story? I'm all ears. There once lived a mighty warrior by the name of Korkor. His mother was a white shark, and his father the most lustful and most inventive of all mortals. Korkor inherited his fearlessness from his father, and from his mother his strength and thirst for blood. His skin was as white as milk, and his sharp, crooked teeth grew in 3 rows. There wasn't a warrior in the world who was stronger and more warlike, and he served the Maharaja loyally. One day, Korkor defeated the poisonous dragon Sruvara, who turned rice fields into nauseating marshes. But Korkor did not notice that Sruvara had scraped his white skin with its talon. Infection entered the hero's body, and he grew weak. He lied down to rest and remained there for 1,000 years. Nothing could awaken him. Even all the strife brought on by the fight with Kortogas, the dance of disharmony. Once he finally awoke from his slumber, Korkor discovered that his homeland had been ravaged by this terrible attack, and he'd slept through the battle. Disgraced, he moaned and set off for a faraway gorge, where he would deliver his body to the scorpions. They might eat his flesh and hide him from his shame. For 3 months, the scorpions ate his white skin and rubby flesh, but still the warrior endured. Even when he was eaten, Korkor did not die, for he was truly great. It was then that Bunda the singing butcher came to him. The immortal Rakshasa told him that great was Korkor's shame, but more shameful still would be to run from it like a coward, rather than atone for it. Korkor's spirits were rekindled. He arose, and through sheer force of will, forced himself a new body out of iron. He accomplished many great deeds thereafter, and in the end he regained his position of honor and nobility. As you can see, both honor and disgrace may live in the same body, even though it may belong to a person of worth. Why then cannot my family's deeds be both honorable and disgraceful at the same time? Yes, my kinsmen have spilled much blood, trying to destroy Hasuf's family, but it was also they who first decided to seek out peace. I am grateful that I have been able to fulfill my duty to merit the prize. Go now, O worthy one, for my heart has gained peace and my mind attained clarity, which is so important to a true master. Until we meet again, O worthy one, it shall happen sooner than you think. Perfect human has told me. Oh god.
I'm there.
Ensure that nothing distracts Shaina. Shania has returned to her craft. Let's hope that nothing gets in her way. Let's talk to our dwarf again. Where I can find the merchants. One merchant seems to be in the capital. I found him. Another one mistaked some trading posts. Found that one too. The third one always prowls in distant corners, looking to buy valuables on the cheap. I believe he has an acquaintance, Huntress Doomra. She might well have it. Huntress Doomra. I don't know. I don't remember a huntress by that name. So maybe we're just going to meet her sometime in the future. Not now. Doomra. Okay. Well, whatever. I think I'm going to make some tea. This will take a couple of minutes, so we can take a quick break here. Stretch and relax and get everything done. And then we finish or continue our adventure later on. See you then. So, alright. I have returned with some tea. Very good, very good. We're going to leave the town, head back towards our capital, bring this or talk to Yusuf again maybe. But also I hope we can take the time to upgrade our treasure. Wait.
I admit, when I set off on this expedition, I was sure of gaining new discoveries I could write about in my works, and new sensations capable of reducing bleaching. I'll say nothing about discoveries, but I have had quite a few new sensations. Too bad they're predominantly unpleasant.
Here we go. Well, can we now rank up? Let's try it out, okay? These two events, they can wait. Success! Livestock deaths, failure, no! Monster sightings, triumph! Yeah! New events. Treasurer requests your from monsters are erupting from the bodies of fallen citizens. Your subjects need the barons in the capital. Gambler. Okay. Let's get back to the throne room first. Get back there first. Oleg forgives. Time to check on them. Okay, we're heading to the main. Let's check with the Sweet Thief, maybe give them something new to work on. So, how are you doing? Oh, that Oleg, always finding fault with things. We straightened up his fence, painted it, and put some wolves' heads on top to scare off enemies. We even started building a catapult along the wall. Catapult. And then here he comes, running up, waving his hands, yelling his head off. He doesn't like the color, the heads will attract flies, and it turns out that he wanted to keep the shed that we disassembled to make the catapult. He made us up everything back the way it was. Put everything the way it was. But as we were leaving, he was so happy. He even gave us a little something for the road. There, have some. Okay. Let's see if you can complete my task. We are ready for anything and even more. Canal marches are overgrown. They need to be weeded. Now, take some measurements of Lake Silverstep. I wish to know the exact length of its shoreline. Did you hear that? We have an important task surveying the lake shore. Don't forget your towels. And fishing rods. Don't forget your fishing rods. What are you thinking, you goof-offs? The most important thing is to take a lot of rope, so we have something to measure with. Grabbing their travel bags, the young tieflings run away. Okay. Wait until the lake has been measured. The Baroness sent the sweet thief to measure Lake Silverstep, an important and very demanding task for troop. Very good. So, going to our throne room now. Okay. Here we go. The epidemic continues. More and more people die. More and more monsters roam your lands. Some of your subjects have already fled in search of safer havens. Your barony's very existence is in danger. We do have good news too. I managed to gather some information that I hope will help you eliminate the threat before it's too late. Shortly after the epidemic started, goblins began appearing everywhere. The locals report that these goblins have been celebrating and shouting something about the Day of Glory for Lamashtu, when all humans would be eaten by monsters, only goblins would remain. Sounds disturbing, does it not? Yeah, Lamashtu, what do we know about her? She's called the Mother of Monsters. Her symbol is a three-eyed jackal head. She's an ancient, extremely evil goddess, who spreads nightmares, insanity, and perhaps most interest to us, monsters. Her worshippers are mostly of the more monstrous races, like goblins, lamias, and gnolls. That said, there's no short supply of secret followers and cults among more civilized people too, including the people of the River Kingdom. The goblins are behind this disaster then? Behind it? Doubtful. Benefiting from it? Quite likely. I'd surmise that the true cause of this disaster is either human cultists of Lamashtu or, even worse, some supernatural creature related to it. In any case, the goblins likely know enough to provide some clue. So we need to find a goblin leader and press them for information. Any idea where to begin the search? Alas, nothing more than vague speculations. Once you alerted your subjects to the danger, they began defending themselves as best they could. My agents couldn't catch even a single goblin alive. But rumor has it that the goblin village lies somewhere in a cameland. Thank you for the information. I hope it helps you to save the lives of your people. Jawed eyes are bloodshot and his posture is slag. The wrinkles on his face have deepened and his sparse hair has gone grey. It's a disaster, Your Grace. We have an epidemic developing in the country. The afflicted first get a fever, then a bloody cough, then several hours later... The cleric shakes his head and grimaces. And that's just half the truth, half the trouble. Afterward, the body of the afflicted become like some kind of cocoon, and monsters hatch out of them. People keep dying, and we haven't the slightest clue what's causing it or how to deal with it. Christian and I established a field hospital in the building of the former prison. What? I built a hospital here. It should be completed by now. Don't look at me like that. There were no better places to choose from. Frankly, we were lucky to find this one. To cut long story short, we have a female patient who's volunteered for vivisection. It means cutting into her living body to look for the source of the disease. Short frowns. After the surgery, arrested, forgive us. We'll be lucky if we can close her up and let her go alive and well. However, we don't want to do it without your presence, Your Grace, so please try to find some time to attend. There's one more thing. George hands you a battered letter. Castanet Dunce sent a message. He rambles from the place to place. These letters are all we ever receive. Well, just read it. I guess it's urgent. Okay. Any progress curing the disease? Or should I put it, we've got none. We haven't been able to save a single patient yet. We are like blind kittens bumping against the wall, and we have nothing to show for it. Yep. What do we know? Vivisection. Okay. Okay. Let's go. I built a hospital more than 2 weeks ago. Yeah. There should be a hospital in the capital. Okay, we already had this. We already had this. Okay. There's the woman. How are you feeling?
I do what I must.
So we already did all of this. I'm going to keep it short. Hunter's Rose. Where's this letter from? Okay, so we have to read it. So. Witch hunt. I'm dead. Okay, I'm dead. Witch hunt. Meet Keston near the shrine of Lameshtu on Moon Day, first day of the week. Moon Day. What day do we have? Seed of Sorrow. Mother of Monsters. Well, let's go for it. We already know what's going to happen. Begin surgery. So, Domica. Diplomacy. Here we go. So please don't kill me. Okay. I need to get some distance. Don't ignore the guards. Don't follow me. Attack the guards. Not me. Dodging ray. No! Come on, I need every hit counts. God damn it. You can do it, come on! God damn it. Let's finish it. Yes. Even our guard survived. Okay, yeah. Jord wipes the sweat from his brow, not even noticing the blood still on his hands. Erestial and Samurai be praised. They were truly on our side this day. It's a miracle. So, what have you learned? We've learned I was a pompous fool and Tristian was right all along. It's not a disease, but a parasite. Something of vegetative origin. It resembles a seed. I'm sorry, my friend. I should have wagged my tongue less and listened to you more. Please don't mention it. It was a lucky guess, not worthy of your praise. Are you able to cure others of the disease now? Yes. Yes, now that we know what to do, we can extract the seeds with much less risk to the patients. And with much less suffering. What will you do next? There are still many patients here. We'll start work on them immediately. And you, Your Grace, may want to research for the source of this disease. We still know neither where these seeds come from, nor how they get into the people's body. New patients arrive daily, and how many never even find their way to a hospital. Our efforts here are not enough by themselves. We need to find the root of this problem. Okay. Please find the source of those wretched seeds. I'm going to do just that. And we definitely have a hospital in the capital, okay? You don't need to treat those people in the prison. Jubilus. I've brought a petitioner with me, Lamer Tinch, a famous expert on everything regarding alcohol and the beverages which feature it. Our impatient guest wanted very much to speak with you in person and tell you all about this project. Yeah, the halfling before you looks young, but his sharp eyes framed by slight wrinkles gives away the petitioner's considerable age. Lamars nods politely, sweeping the floor with his beret and showing off an emerging bald spot. My respects, Baroness. I beg your forgiveness for how boldly I thought our meeting, but I could hardly trust anyone with the fate of my beloved new child, which appeared to me in a waking dream as I walked your lands. You see, I was traveling through on my way to Brevoy, when to my surprise I discovered a most curious detail. It turns out that many spicy and bitter herbs, which I and my colleagues use in our work, grow wild in these lands. Wineberry, goatweed, gentian. Lima bends his fingers, enumerating the plants, then waves his hands. Ah, these names probably tell you nothing, but to me, oh, for me, this is a rich list is like a splendid palette. The foundation upon which a true masterpiece must be built. Your Grace, I once imagined settling in Brevoy, but your lands have truly inspired me, and now my greatest dream is to open a shop in this very capital. With a bouquet you can easily gather nearby, I can easily create a new beverage, true ambrosia for any halfling. Only one thing is holding me back, lack of financial resources. I hope that now, upon hearing my request, you and your respected treasurer will not refuse a humble artisan a little assistance, of course in exchange for future percentage. Lamer bows deeply once again. I shall eagerly await your decision. Okay. Do you want to hear my opinion? This business will fail. Halfling alcohol is like fruit juice for the other races. It's nothing like your dwarvish stout. You want to take a risk and put your money on halfling drunkards? Well, it's your barony and your business. But remember, if you give this trader the money he asks for, then tomorrow there will be 10, 100 BP. 100. Please. I don't know, have 100 BP to throw around. Monster invasion, success. Treasure, success. Troublemakers. Unknown troublemakers are spurring the people to rebel against their ruler. Rumblings of popular discontent can be heard in the capital. Advisors should either answer to the rebel rousers or nip the rebellion in the bud. Gambler. $65, 80%. Gambler. A Fae came to visit the region. He seems to love gambling more than life itself. He tempts people into playing with him and then squeezes them dry. The Fae is already dragging around a cart full of gold he's won. It's time someone stop him before he bankrupts the whole region. Maybe. New projects. Import the treasurers in the... Again? Spending 2 more weeks. Economy. 90 days. Fixing the consequences of the agreement with Joseph Selemius. Joseph Selemius offer seems less profitable than we initially thought. The payment that Restov's building guild is demanding for their services is unduly high. It will require time and resources to resolve this situation peacefully. $90 days. Days, man. But it is important. It is important. Troublemakers. Nah. Let's do this. Let's do this. About ranking up. I don't know if I have the time to spend 2 weeks just ranking up. On Moon Day, the first day of a week. Locate the Goblin Village. How much time do I have for any of this? It doesn't really tell, right? There's no visible timer. Try this. Triumph! Our guards and soldiers managed to capture the instigators before the region descended into full rebellion. Lindsay has a suggestion. One of your friends. Alright. Monster sightings. He can take care of that. The art of making friends. A large trade caravan stopped at the capital. Its masters, it is said, are major merchants of Andoran. It's time to show them some hospitality. Maybe him? a celebrity wizard. One of the most famous Mivoni bards is passing through a region of the barony. Such a chance should not be missed. 55. 70%. Region, claim the Came lands. I would like to. I would very much like to.